How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. Now, Corsair has just announced their brand new high-fidelity gaming headset, the Virtuoso Wireless RGB. They sent over the SE Special Edition model for me to take a look at and see how it performs. And I have to say, I'm really excited because it pretty much ticks almost all of the boxes that I want for a gaming headset. Now, being that the Virtuoso is Corsair's first real high-grade gaming headset, it does cost a bit more than their previous models, with an MSRP of $180 or 3,000 Rand for the standard edition, and then $210 or 3,500 Rand for the SE model that I have here. But moving on to what you get when you first unbox your new headset, of course you do get the headset itself. You get an extremely nice magnetic carry pouch, which I have to say is one of the nicest I've ever seen included in a headset. Then you get the manual, the 2.4 GHz slipstream USB dongle, the quite a large removable microphone, and then for cables you get a 1.5 meter TRRS to TRRS braided cable, and then also a 1.5 meter USB Type-C to USB Type-A braided cable. Taking a closer look at the headset itself, you get a very simplistic but stylish design, with the SE having this gorgeous gunmetal color scheme. But you do also have the black and the white models for the standard edition. As for build quality, a lot of other premium headsets do sound really good, but they skimp out on the build quality, making it feel very cheap. However, Corsair did definitely not do that, with the Virtuoso being comprised of aluminum for the entire frame. This not only makes it feel extremely high in quality, but also makes it quite light at 360 grams and also very sturdy. The frame can still bend and twist a fair amount for all head sizes and should be able to handle travel and no issues. Now, as for like a drop test, I didn't do any really rough use with the headset because I don't want to potentially break this headset, but honestly I do feel that it's going to handle drops and also rough travel. For instance, if there's a lot of pressure on the headset or heavy things on it, I think it's honestly going to be fine. The build quality is really sturdy, again the top of the notch, so for that I honestly think it's going to be totally fine. As for connection types, on the left ear cup you do get both your USB Type-C and 3.5mm connections, with the Type-C doubling as a charging. You do also get at the front the mini USB port for that detachable microphone, which we will get into a bit later. Moving to the right ear cup, you get the aluminum volume controller wheel, which does have a bit more of a tension between each scroll and also adjusts the volume quite a bit slower than what I'm usually used to, but I actually do like it. You feel a bit more in control with that. Then finally, you do also get the wireless and USB toggle switch that allows you to either use it with the USB wired cable or with the USB wireless 2.4 GHz receiver. Now, it does work on PC and a PlayStation with the wireless mode, so you do have that option, but for the other consoles, you will need to use the included aux cable. Then moving on to comfort, this is another aspect where the Virtuoso does not sacrifice on, with the large headband at the top, although not the softest, does help spread the weight evenly across your head. The ear cups are able to swivel 180 degrees to rest on your neck, and does also tilt a small amount to fit over your ears better. Clamping force was also just the right amount for me to make a proper seal around my ear, and they're also not fall off too easily if I do shake my head around a normal amount. Then as for the ear cups cushions, they are decently thick with soft memory foam and synthetic leather. I had no problem wearing these for long periods at a time. I think yesterday, just using it normally, I wore it for around 5 to 6 hours and it didn't bother me at all. Also, the one issue that I usually have with gaming headsets or headsets in general is that my ears do tend to scratch against the inside of the driver wall, and that does get very annoying. Now, even though the Virtuoso does not have a padding against the driver, it does have a soft fabric, and that is the reason why I could wear it for so long, and I'm really happy about that. Now, as for sound quality, this is where the Virtuoso pretty much stands out above all other gaming headsets. Specs wise, the 50mm custom neodymium drivers have a frequency response of 20 Hz to 40 kHz, and depending on the connection type you use, you can either get a 24-bit bitrate and a 96 kHz sample rate for USB wired, or a 24 bitrate and a 48 kHz sample rate for wireless. But now, of course, specs isn't everything with a headset. How does it actually sound? Now, firstly, I'm not a massive audiophile with a ton of high-grade audio equipment, but from all of the headsets that I've used so far, the Virtuoso sounds amazing. It has crystal clear highs, it has full mids, and a really good amount of bass. The bass isn't overly powerful with that deep thumping bass that you get on some gaming headsets. It's a lot more equal across the frequency range, which you honestly do want. Now, even though this is not a studio grade headset, I do feel comfortable using these for pretty much all of my video editing. The sound quality is good enough for that. Again, I'm not a high audio grade person, so I'm not working on music, but I do believe it will do pretty decent for that as well. But now, of course, the Virtuoso is a gaming headset, so you're mostly going to use it playing some games, and because it's wireless, that's mostly going to be your connection type you're going to use. So using the Virtuoso, playing some of my favorite games currently, like Borderlands 3 and Rainbow Six Siege and so on, I honestly had a blast. Using the Virtual 7.1, it made the surround sound a lot better. I could hear stuff all around me, and also, of course, you can use it in normal stereo mode if you do prefer that. But just having the option of moving around freely if I want to make myself some coffee but still listen to music and so on, it's honestly awesome, and the quality that the Virtuoso delivers is just superb. I really enjoyed my time with it. Now, regarding sound isolation and sound bleed, the Virtuoso does a pretty good job here. It's not the greatest. People close to you will still be able to hear what you're listening to if you up the volume above, let's say, 50%. It does get a bit louder then. And then also, if you do have loud sounds around you, somebody working outside with a jackhammer, you are going to hear that even if you do up the volume a bit more. Then as for the microphone, again, you get a detachable, bendable mic, which is awesome, and especially because of how large it is, being able to remove it is really cool. You don't have this massive thing if you do wear it out in public. Now, as for the sound quality, as you guys can hear, it actually sounds really good. Now, it's still a headset microphone, so it's not going to be any studio grade. It does still have that kind of nasally sound to it, and it does pick up pops quite easily if it is too close to your mouth. But I'm honestly impressed for a gaming headset, a microphone. It's going to be good enough for all of your streaming and so on. But of course, if you do purchase this headset, you're most likely going to be able to afford an external microphone. So you'll most likely use that. But for just casual use, this is honestly good enough. And I am using it in wireless mode, which is awesome. Now, another feature that the microphone actually has is that on the mic here at the back, you do actually get the mic mute button.
Mic off. Mic on.
And then also, if you do press longer, it is going to toggle the mic feedback so you can hear yourself when you're talking. So that is cool that it's on the microphone, and you can also go set it inside the software, lower the levels and so on. But I like that it's actually on the microphone. It's something a bit different. Now, just quickly also for noise cancellation, I'm typing on MX Blues here on my lap, so the noise cancellation isn't the best, but luckily you do have filters that you can apply in programs like Streamlabs or OBS, which will lower that to a degree. So you do have that option, but it doesn't have any noise cancellation really built in or that you can go set inside the software. Now, another important part about a wireless headset is range, of course. And Corsair states that the Virtuoso does have a max range of 18 meters or 60 feet, but that is in perfect conditions with no walls in between. I, on the other hand, was able to get around 10 meters away from my PC with 2 double brick walls in between before it started to lose connection, which is pretty decent. You're again not going to go too far away from your gaming system, so around 10 meters is actually pretty good in my opinion. Also, keep in mind that a dongle placement is going to play a factor here. If you do put the dongle behind your PC, you are going to lose connection a lot easier. For example, I did test it out connecting it to the back of my PC, and it would just now and then lose connection for around 5 seconds and then reconnect. And even though it was really close to the dongle, then finally, a big issue that we usually have with 2.4 gigahertz wireless gaming headsets is that the battery life isn't good at all, not lasting long enough for a full day's use. However, Corsair with the Virtuoso does actually address that, with them stating that it has a 20 hours active time, and that does actually seem to be true, with me currently using it for around 10 hours now, and it only dropped to the medium battery indicator at around 9 hours. So that does seem to be around the 20-hour mark that I'm gonna get out of it. With the RGB off, of course, that will drain a lot more, but you're not going to use that mostly if you're gaming, so battery life is really good. Now, as for the battery indicator, unfortunately, you don't get anything in percentages. You only get a high, a medium, and a low with a green, orange, and red. So you do get an LED on the headset blinking to let you know, and then also you can take it into the taskbar to see the battery life there as well. So then, in conclusion, pretty much all I can say for Corsair's new Virtuoso headset is that it is a superb and pretty much covers everything that I want in a gaming headset. The sound quality is amazing, the build quality is really good, the mic, although I'm not going to use it a lot, is also good enough to use, and then battery life is very good as well. So even though the price tag is a bit high, honestly it is worth it for everything you get. Corsair didn't cheap out on anything with this headset. Also, I want to go as far to say that this is the best headset that I've used till date, with all of the features that it has. And also, I haven't used any extremely high-grade studio headsets where the sound quality is amazing and the headset costs more than my car. But from everything that I've used, the Virtuoso is just astonishing and I really do love it. Now, there's one point that I wish Corsair might have included to make it even better, and that is to have a Bluetooth. So usually with their mice and the keyboards with this slipstream technology, they do have a wired mode, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, and then also a Bluetooth wireless, which I honestly use quite a lot between all of my systems because I do use between them. And I just wish that they could have added Bluetooth as well. Being that I don't travel a lot, I'd actually take this one along with traveling and use it with my phone with the Bluetooth. So just wish they could have added that, but it's not that big of a deal, luckily, and it's probably mostly just me. Most other people have traveling headsets. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my review of Corsair's new Virtuoso gaming headset. It's a superb headset, does cost a bit much, but it's honestly worth that price. So big thanks to Corsair for sending it over for review. Also, if you guys want to get it for yourself, I will leave links in the video description where you can get it on Rebeltic if you live here in South Africa, or if you want to, you can also get it on Amazon. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment like always, and I'll take all of you next time. Cheers, guys.